I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Swiss Chalet's festive special is back. Canada's favorite rotisserie chicken, cranberry sauce, stuffing, Lindor chocolates, and a scratch and win card where everyone's a winner. It's a tradition truly worth sharing. The festive special, only at Swiss Chalet.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final round robin draw here at the Swiss Chalet Women's Curling Stadium Spiel at the Granite Curling Club in North Bay, Ontario. My name is Jim Nix, and my partner tonight will be Terry Corbin. And it should be an interesting game, Terry. A couple teams undefeated.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, actually. Two teams 3-0. Somebody's got to lose tonight, but we've had some good curling, and we've had some teams struggle with kind of draw weight. And you and I both saw that yesterday. Today was still much of the same, and in the game that we did earlier. So yeah, it's game 4, as they say. Let's hope we got something figured out here, and we can get some rocks in play and some good curling.
Yeah. So we have Hailey Armstrong out of Toronto, Ontario, the Hyde Park Club in Toronto, and we have Zoe Schwaller out of Limmattal-Wetzikon in Switzerland. I'm pretty sure I probably am not pronouncing that right, but very young team from what we can gather. We're just trying to get a little bit more information on them. They did participate last week in the Junior Spiel in Ottawa. Got that from Connor, gave us that information and did pretty well.
Yeah, I guess they lost in the semis.
Yeah. So a little light on this hit, but it's going to work. Pretty delicate hit for the first in.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll try to fill you in a little bit on the playoff picture as we go on here, and once we once we read it and figure out exactly what it is, and try to give you an idea what that looks like. What we do know is the winner of this game will win their pool, so they will be 4-0 and win the pool, which is guaranteed that they'll be through. Loser will be 3-1, probably safe as well, but you never want to take a chance. Better to win.
Yeah, technically, I guess you could have 4 pool winners that, went through 4-0. It didn't happen, but I mean, could have. And then the 3-1 would have been potentially, a 3-1 team doesn't make it. But we are trying to figure this out, and we'll pass our information on to you once we know.
Exactly. So corner guard going up for Team Armstrong. Do you see this team around much, Terry? Them being in Toronto, and you're not too far away from there. Do you see the Armstrong
No,
team around a little
no.
bit?
I
No?
mean, I think I said that this morning. I think Haley used to play with Laurie St. George's
I think you're right.
last year.
Yeah. Oh,
So
just last year. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so I didn't see her a whole lot. But she's been around for a while. Like she's got a young team by the looks of it.
And she's what is she? 28 years old now, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So very aggressive right out of the gate. If she plays that shot, we'll see.
Love it.
And she's going to. I don't think we've seen too much of this in the first end so far. This is it's my fourth game, I guess, and you're probably about the same. And it's
Yes.
yeah, we haven't. First ends have been mostly up and down the sheet, just whacking away and getting to the second end, really. So
That's right. As I used to say to one of the teams I coach, what are you waiting for? Did you need an invitation to go around that thing?
yeah. Well, this is going to be a very aggressive game by the look of it. Both teams are. Nobody's running and hiding here.
Yeah.
Schwaller's second stone, and we were just having a discussion on pronunciations, and what I found is that this is Aniko, and it sounds like you pronounce her last name Seike. You don't pronounce the L at all, and that's what it is. And if it's not, maybe somebody in our chat can correct us. It's probably a little late in Switzerland, but you never know.
Or could be a little early.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think that they were last night. They were about 6 hours, I think, ahead of us or something like that. So
Yeah.
So it's almost time to get up. It's Switzerland for some people. So anyway, hopefully mom and dad are watching somewhere and they can clue us in on what's how we're
That's
supposed
right.
to pronounce these words. We do apologize for not being able to do so. It's just not names that we see very often. We have some strange ones down here. Trust me, I'm in Eastern Canada, and when I
Yes.
moved here, and we had the word spelled Cielidh, and somehow out of that you get Kaylee, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how you ever get that out of that spelling, but that's what it is.
Yes.
So playing an intern tap here, kind of I guess a lightweight takeout would be a better way to put it. It's got to curl a little bit.
Yeah.
And it will. Ice has been great, Terry. We've seen that all weekend, really. That if you, as long as you don't overthrow it or do anything weird with it at all, it really will finish nicely. It's start of the week I wasn't so sure, or start of the weekend I wasn't so sure, but it today all day and last night it was really a nice finish.
Yeah, it really has been, and the speed looks like it's held up like the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of good sweepers out here. They're not just feathering the ice here. They're really working hard on it. So
Yeah, very impressed with some of these teams with the sweep, and the technique is excellent. Can be the, I guess, difference between making one of those shots just squeaking by and not squeaking by.
oh, absolutely, yeah. And sometimes the difference between squeaking by and not touching it and touching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hailey Armstrong now has a chance to sit two. With only a couple to come. Well, three to come, I guess. Interesting how they switch here. They
Yeah.
obviously they have one sweeper that is they've decided is obviously the stronger sweeper of the two, and she kind of swings back and forth a little bit, which is interesting. You don't see that very often. sometimes you see them start on different sides, but they don't
Yeah.
very often dominate that way. That one sweeper gets out of the way. That's what my team would tell me if I was sweeping, but I don't even try. So
Likewise.
yeah, we learned that a long time ago. So here's an intern hit for the Schwaller team. Trying to get out of this with a force. It's going to be difficult to do. You need to stay here for starters, though.
Yeah, and she will.
Well,
I'm wondering if Hailey decides that, this is kind of a waste of time and I'm going to go around and make a better shot than
yeah,
that and sit two that way.
I think there's a good chance of that, judging by her decision to go around the corner guard a few shots ago. It would tell me that she's probably not going to hit that.
Yeah, well, I
But
think she
I
just
guess it's
signaled
close.
down that she didn't know who was shot, but I
Yeah,
guess, yeah, we don't have the greatest angle, but
no, it's close enough that she doesn't want a chance that, so she's going to go
yeah,
ahead and hit it. She could ignore it even if she's not sure and just go right around and take a shot at it that way, but then worry about the measurement later. She could certainly do that.
well, this is
This was
Grace. It looks
great.
like she and her sister are both on the team.
Yeah, Grace, and I guess it's Holyoke. Could be Hollyoak, but it looks like Holyoke to me.
I remember Grace playing with Justine Murphy. And the only reason I even remotely remember her is a guy that I used to curl with, Rob Matheson. His wife played on that team. She played
Oh,
second,
okay.
I believe. So I do remember Grace a bit. But she was playing lead at the time.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised they're sisters. It's certainly not a name you're going to hear too often, at least in most parts of the world. I hadn't seen it before, so. Schwaller now, lefty, will play the hit. Probably try to make a little bit of a roll here, but definitely wants to stay, or she could be looking at 3 in her last one, which she'd rather not do that for sure. Not a lot of weight on this.
No, it's definitely curling too. She's gonna be lucky to hit it. Oh shit! She just got a piece of it.
Yeah, you're right. It was fortunate that she got a piece. Just a little too late, I think, for this early in the game, really. Gives Armstrong a chance to really put the heat on here. Put herself in a great position for 2 and maybe 3.
Yes.
She goes around. She's going to have 2 pretty much buried. The one behind the guard that we can see now is probably ever so slightly open, but I think you probably hope you don't have to play that.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, there's a lot of options here. I do tend to like this one. I would favor my intern, but
Yeah.
she can play the intern out, turn around that rock that's just off the center line. She could go around that corner again. She could just play it wide open by going to the wing. Yeah, a lot of options here.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, though. I like this shot, actually. It's,
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, it just sort of makes sense to me. So Hailey Armstrong has it underway. Does have a long way to move, but it will.
Yeah. We'll finish here. I don't think it has enough weight to get it to the tee line, but now she's just going to get a piece of the 8-foot.
Probably not terribly bad, though, Terry, because it's going to be hard for Schwaller to do much with it. She really
That's right.
would rather not have to be playing a draw here and hoping it buries kind of shot. Looks like she's going to hit it. Anyway, I think she's probably shot if she hits it right on the nose. Looking at the overhead, it certainly looks like as long as she doesn't roll at all, she's probably going to be
Yeah.
shot.
This is her last shot, and Hailey's got the hammer. So I'm sure Hailey's thinking that this is a good situation.
Yeah, I think I would agree. It's in a good spot. I mean, the worst case scenario, you're going to have probably an open hit for 2, and
Yeah.
more likely you're going to have just a draw for 2. So Schwaller, Zoe Schwaller, been like a little bit better weight on this one, but
yeah, this is going to be close to sticking around.
And she gets a
shot.
piece, and she hits it, and she does stay for shot rock.
Yep.
So Hailey Armstrong with a open hit and stay for 2. A little bit of traffic jam getting through the side of the sheet there. Both sweepers on the other sheet and our sheet are both right back to back, so there's not a lot of room to go.
Yeah, we're good. Nobody dropped the brooms and said, "Let's go."
Nobody flew a yellow flag or threw a yellow flag or anything to call a penalty, so we're good.
Yeah.
Nice thing with this ice, if you do, you can throw takeouts without a lot of ice. You just have to make sure you don't drop the weight and baby it down there, and this is real good.
Yeah. Pretty easy deuce, eh? It started right off the bat.
Yeah, it really was. It was, she went around that corner, and that kind of set the pattern for it, and Hailey Armstrong will pick up 2 here in the first end of our game in the Swiss Chalet Women's Curling Spiel, Curling Stadium, North Bay. And we'll be back in just a minute.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
What you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
'Tis the season to enjoy Swiss Chalet's festive special. Canada's favorite rotisserie chicken, cranberry sauce, stuffing, Lindor chocolates, and a scratch and win card where everyone's a winner. Your favorite tradition, the festive special. Only $17.99, only at Swiss Chalet.
You read all the rules.
Yeah. Welcome back, and just looking back on the first and for a second, Terry, you hate to say it was a simple deuce, but it really was kind of a simple deuce after the start of the end.
Yeah, I mean, everybody made everything after, Hailey quickly went behind the corner guard, and we were both kind of impressed that she went there right off the bat, and she got it around, and then just everybody played basically 100% and made shots on the open rock, and it was a 2.
Yeah, and it was a well-played end. It just, they had once she went around that corner once, and then they come around on a draw and leave it open, and she hits it, and everybody made everything after that. So
yeah,
but it's early, first end, so no need to panic for anybody, and Schwaller has the hammer now, and we will see how she goes about this. She threw up a corner pretty quickly.
This is just going to overcurl a little bit. Not going to touch the center line at all. This is where you might want to go around, yeah.
Yeah, very fun to watch. We don't have a lot of people taking the game in yet, but I'm sure we will as the game goes on, and looks like it's going to be an enjoyable one to take in. So another left-hander on this team.
Lefty, yeah.
This team. I didn't know. I have to check the rules on that. I didn't think that would be allowed. Except at the what is it they call it, the Southpaw Spiel or whatever they have. And I remember Bob talking about that a few times. My old third was a second stone sometimes. Was a left-hander, and he's playing the, I don't know what they call it. I think it was just called the Southpaw International, something like that.
World Left-Handers Tournament.
Yeah.
Spiel. It was in Oakville. Well, it still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. He doesn't live that far from there, so he hasn't played for a while, though. He's got bad knees. So, nice come around there for Team Schwaller. A little bit deep. Would have liked to have kept that above the tee line, but not bad. And we are going over we mentioned a minute ago, we would talk a little bit about the playoffs and how that looks. And just a real simple thing. It's the top 8 teams will qualify for the single elimination draw. So that's all it is. So it's just the top 8 and go from there. So basically everybody with only one loss right now is probably in, because it's the last draw. There could be one team or something here that could drop down to 2-2. We'll have to do a little more looking at that. But for now, we know that both these teams would definitely make it in. But it does matter for positioning and who you're going to play sometimes.
Yes, we always used to say, qualify first and then worry about who your opponent is.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, these guys shouldn't worry about it, but we got to talk about it.
Well, of course.
Yeah, with the benefits of playing a team that might be 2-2, although I don't think the 2-2 teams are getting in at all here. I'd be surprised, and I have to look at the list, but I don't think there's room for 2-2s to get in.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly, as the game goes along, I'll look at the standings.
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah. So that went a little deep for Team Armstrong, and now Schwaller's trying to decide, do I try to move something here, or do I just sit right in that pocket? Right now, she's looking at just playing the draw down to it. A few different options here. So she's gone with the draw. You don't have to get right to those rocks. You could stop at the top of the button and accomplish the same thing. If you go right to them, you might allow Hailey Armstrong to play that same shot.
Yeah, but, and just quickly, just doing a quick look, there's potential a 3-1's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 9 teams right now that are potentially... you have one pool C that has 3 teams at 3-1.
Yeah.
Pool D has 2 teams at 3-0 and 1 team at 2-1. In Pool B, you have 2 teams at 3-0. It's these 2 teams that are playing right now, and then in Pool A, you have 2 teams that are 3-1.
Yeah,
so somebody's not going to be happy at 3-1.
Yeah, so if you're an organizer right now, you're really hoping that the teams that are at 2-1, I shouldn't say they're probably not hoping they lose, but it would solve maybe a little bit of their trouble if 1 or 2 of them did lose. So it's it would be disappointing to be 3-1 and not make it through, but everybody would have known that coming in, I'm sure. But just the same, yeah. It's Hailey Armstrong playing the peel. Schwaller on that last shot was actually playing the draw down to the res and ended up hanging out. Must have thrown it wide and hung it out there and just bumped that one up. So as a result, Hailey decided she better hit the corner, what ended up being a corner guard. Kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't look to see, other than the 2 teams that we're doing now, if some of those teams who are like 3-0, whether they're playing, somebody who's also 2-1 or
sure.
what have you. But so Joanne Rizzo's team, they're playing somebody that is not.
Kind of hard to get this one by. I don't know if they can squeak it by, and they won't get it
No.
by. We'll end up with another blue stone over in the wings here. The only good news right now is you have all those, and Hailey's pretty near has to do something about them. She just can't afford to leave them all there and throw a guard and ever leave the port or something, and Schwaller gets through the port and could be sitting 4 when it's done. So she's going to hit something.
Yeah. And just, revisiting those standings, there's 10 teams that could be 3-1 or better. And by better, I mean 4-0. So now it looks like 2 teams with a 3-1 record will be going home.
So you have 10 teams right now that are 3-1 or better? Or 2-1 or better?
No, there's only one team that's 2-1, and that's playing now. They would have to win. Yeah. That's the Joanne Rizzo team, and if they win, you will have 10 teams that are 3-1 and or better.
Okay, well, we'll let the organizers figure it out. We'll tell you later who they are, and maybe we'll find out even who makes it through before we sign off. We'll see how that goes. So, very nice double there.
Yes.
Team Armstrong. Now, probably sitting 3, but might just be sitting 2. But the 2 that are there are behind the tee line. So, Schwaller still has an opportunity. Same opportunity she had earlier, and just the rock just never curled. I don't know if somebody threw it wide or what happened there, but not really even sure what she's looking at there. I guess she was just seeing who's number 3, but that hardly matters right now.
This is Janis Solderman and her first shot.
An intern really probably playing the freeze now too. I think she's take the heat off and go right to those. I don't know if it's got quite enough.
Yeah, it might have to kick that to get it there.
I would.
Not bad, not bad.
No, second shot.
Second shot, yep.
Second shot, and shot rock is actually open, so yeah, not a bad result. So looks like Hailey's going to play a draw. Or maybe not. Not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know what that kind of meant, but we know she's coming into the middle.
Yeah, I can't imagine with that. I said she'd expect to tap the blue one very far, but maybe she's just sort of saying, well, you can always come off of that or something. I'm not sure, but basically looking for a shot, to the center of the sheet that would probably end up around the top of the 4 foot. Take the back one away a little bit. It's got to move.
Yeah. It's probably the weight she was asking for.
Yeah, all of a sudden, though, Schwaller has a chance to actually be in good shape in this end with a little bit of a make the double and roll. Oh, you want to roll under here, Terry, or you want to roll away a little bit?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how much room I don't think she has much room to roll away.
And still be number 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah, you're going to roll into the middle anyway. She remains third shot.
Yeah, it's in a good position, but need to hit a little more of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, probably need to hit a lot more.
A lot more. Yeah.
Thrown it a little bit harder than. So we have a correction now after the information we just gave you on the playoffs. It looks like it's going to be the top 8 are 2 per pool. So.
Wow.
Yeah, the pool that currently has 3 teams at 3-1
Yeah.
They have one team that does get eliminated, and they will decide that. I'm sure the procedure will go something like head-to-head. First of all, record among with 3 teams. Usually, it's the record among those teams. I don't know how you do it in a pool where everybody doesn't play everybody exactly, but I know usually head-to-head takes precedence over mostly everything, and at some point it might come down to those last shot draws as far as
Hmm.
who had the best last shot draws over the 4 games. And
Yeah, we were talking about that today, and because we don't know, but a lot of the spiels, they do keep track. It's accumulative, but they throw out your worst one. I would imagine with just the 4 draws, you're not throwing out the worst one.
no, probably not. This
They're
one,
going to have to really go on this.
they're curling. Well, it offered a little more protection to the Schwaller stone, to be honest.
Hmm.
You can probably come right around if she wants and sit right on the corner of her blue. It's a bit risky if it doesn't go to the right spot, but if it gets to the right spot, you're in really good shape.
Well, there's not whole lot of room. I think tapping that blue one up a bit could allow you a little bit more room.
Yeah, and it brings 3 into play a little bit, I think, Terry. If
Mhm.
you don't going to be quite on the nose. If you tap it hard enough to move the red one just to half a rock, you'd be
Yeah.
sitting 2. But you got to be really careful you don't tap it and set up an easy double. Also,
Yeah.
that's the scary part. I think so. They're suggesting one of the players suggesting perhaps we throw a guard, protect that, which
I mean, you could. It leaves that in-turn draw down. You can go right to the back ones, the back of the 4 there. You would, in all likelihood, be shot if you could get right to the back of it. It would have to be just thrown perfectly in terms of weight, but it is there.
yeah. The problem with this, I guess, if there's a problem, is that if it overcurls a little bit, and that's not a lot of ice for what I think she's playing, but unless she's tapping, but I don't think she is. Anyway, she throws the guard here and leaves Hailey a chance to come around it. Hailey could come around and sit on that back one. Even if she's not shot, she could make it really impossible for you to get 2. But,
Well, and I mean, yeah, I was referencing, Haley could do that, yeah. But
yeah.
if Schwaller threw the guard, I
Oh,
mean,
sorry. Okay. Yeah. No,
no,
I
no,
get you.
that's cool. I probably didn't explain myself.
Oh.
Been known to do that once or twice. 'Cause I think they settled on the guard, but this is coming in. This looks pretty good if she can. I guess she doesn't have enough to tap it hard to the back of that, or to the red one there, and just behind the tee line. But pretty good shot. I don't think Hailey can do much with that.
No, I think it's actually, yeah, I think it's a great shot. It could have, tap it 1 more foot. It's probably that much better, but I think it's a great shot. I agree with you. I don't think Haley's really got much that she can do here without quite possibly leaving the blue sitting 2 when she's done. Let's see the replay here.
Yeah.
Here we come back. Or we're not.
I was gonna say Connor's teasing us here, but
Yeah.
one of the things, the way that's set up, I mean, she could, and I'm talking about Schwaller here. If Armstrong's not careful, Schwaller can come down, hit half of a rock of the one that she just threw with, I mean, not even board probably,
Yeah.
and roll her shooter, and she may have a 3.
Oh, I agree 100%.
On the table.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a possibility. You just got to know where you have to hit it, and it's just got to hit it. You probably got to hit it a little thinner than what you might think, because you've got to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I said a half a rock. You probably don't even need. Well, you don't need a half a rock.
Yeah.
Probably
So
get away with a quarter.
Tends to
But then you'd have to
let
throw
it
it a
come
little
up a
bit
little bit
higher.
too much. But. So anyway, Hailey Armstrong with her last one here in the second end, facing 1 right now, looking to play a draw. Feel like she's going right around that. But no, just going to play a guard, really. Prevent the 3. That might end up being a pretty good decision, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, you leave her the full 4 foot for her 2, but I would rather have her throwing for 2 than throwing for 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And realistically, it was going to be very difficult for you to go around those
Yeah.
blues and set up a possible steal. It would have been tough. So a bit safer and protects against the 3 and does make even the 2 is tough here. She's got to really get full 4 foot and out a little further from where we've been going. So it's a no gimme, I guess, in the second end.
Yeah, this is as far as they've gotten out this end, so tendency is to be a little light here. She gave it a little ad there. Which should help it not curl as soon as it normally would.
She must be close. Sweepers are not really doing anything too dramatic here.
Yeah, this is real close.
4 foot.
Oh.
Gonna go a little too far.
Yeah, it did. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Great try.
Yeah. Sweepers made it look a little bit like it was going to be better than that, but it looks definitely like red's number 2. And they're going to start kicking them off, I think.
Yep.
So just 1 for Team Schwaller here in the second end. Nice effort, nice end development. Just couldn't quite finish it off. And she will trail by 1 to Hailey Armstrong, 2-1 after 2 ends as we go to the break.
Hey Canada, head on down to Montana's for our 50-day aged 7-ounce sirloin flame grilled with 2 sides and onion rings, all for just $25.99 every day. Premium steak without a premium price. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Spiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So we're back for end number 3 here at the Swiss Chalet Women's Curling Stadium Spiel, final round-robin game for this event, and we will move to the playoff Sunday tomorrow with 8 teams making the championship round, and we will probably know who they are before we sign off tonight. We'll let you know on that, but we will be here covering all of those games tomorrow with commentary on all of the final and the semis and probably at least half of the quarters. So be sure to take a look, and by then we'll be down to some really good curling teams and some really good games, I think. So Terry Schwaller's team played a pretty good end there, developed that pretty good, just couldn't quite finish it off with the draw.
Yeah, I mean, I really did think that, I told you during the break, I mean, it's really nice to see these teams try and create some offense. I mean, when you're watching curling, I know a lot of draws in an end. I mean, at times it can take a little bit more time, but it's certainly way more interesting from a spectator's point of view.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the fact that they both teams when they had the hammer were willing to go for it.
So we're starting this one with lots of rocks at play as well.
Yep.
Got a blue guard and a blue rock at the top of the 12-foot, almost biting the 8-foot, and a red at the back. No, I'm not sure I got that right, though. I don't know. Yeah, we do. There's a red rock missing someplace. Or there's an extra blue rock somewhere. Just counting rocks as I'm looking on the sheet, and it doesn't quite match up.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 3 blue ones here, and I've got 2 red ones, and I don't know if the red one that we see on the right of the screen is
on the right-hand side. I think that is, yeah.
Yeah. So Schwaller is...
Or that could be just... We may have just played 4 lead rocks. And the one on the left is from the sheet beside us.
Yeah, that's possible too.
Because I think we're at the seconds first.
First, yeah. Okay.
This one's going to do a lot of curling.
Yeah, this is not going to do good things. A little wide on a few of those, with that combined with just a little bit extra weight, and that's not a good sign there.
Yeah. I was going to say, I can't see her leaving that blue one there.
No.
This is certainly not the way Team Schwaller would have liked to see the landscape after 3 shots each, but
no, but I think she's got a bit of an out here. I think she can get enough of that to obviously get rid of 1 red and maybe roll the other red almost out and stay somewhere close to the guard. That might make a little bit tough to get. That's a lot of ifs, but I think that you can maybe get out of this a little bit here with this rock. Just don't let it hit the guard.
It's not going to hit the guard by the looks of it. This is a good shot.
This is going to be a great shot.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous double.
Very nice. Very nice. Now Armstrong's just got to make a decision on where she wants to roll to, I think. Yeah, like underneath.
Well, we didn't solve the rock issue very much better because Schwaller just kicked the blue stone that I think belongs on the other sheet back towards the sheets, which would mean now blue has 5 rocks and red has 3 rocks. So teams will sort that out after. We know that this is Armstrong's second shot. This is Evelyn Robert. I assume it goes by Robert, so a little curl and flop under the guard will be what she's looking for. It's going to have to curl a bit to make that happen. See the switch size.
Looks like a nose hit.
Yeah.
That'll allow Team Schwaller to get out of this end, maybe.
we were talking earlier about these guys switching sides, and one person seemed to be doing all the sweeper, and I suspect that ties into what our production man, Eric Connor, just was telling us, that the lead actually goes in the house and holds a broom for Hailey because she has an injury and she's not able to sweep much, if at all, and that's probably why you're seeing the continual switching sides by one sweeper here.
Yeah.
So a chance for a double to really get out of this end for Schwaller, and it looks like she's really close.
Nice shot.
And second stone, Aniko Seiki.
Now you can see by her slide, she got a little bit wide on her line of delivery and got it back to the broom, but independent of that information, she makes a great shot.
Yeah, turn that around in 2 shots, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So Grace Holyoke.
This is curling.
It's going to be okay. Might roll a little bit too far, but...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think we talked about it yesterday, and we talked about it a bunch earlier, too, that it's definitely the rocks are great rocks, great ice surface and all that, but the rocks they just don't have a lot of, they don't, what's the right word? They're not lively. Like, you got to hit not much of it to make those rolls. You have to hit way less than you think you do, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect. Great shot.
Yeah, it remains behind their own guard.
Yeah, they're Jana Solterman. So Hailey's not going to want to fool around with that. She says, well, let's try to get a blank out of this and go to the 4th end with the hammer and try to get her deuce there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the right decision right now, I think, Terry.
Yeah.
It looks like a nose, too.
Yeah.
So a bit unfortunate, but definitely opens the door for Schwaller. Nice thing for her now, too. The rock that's in the house, just biting the top of 12-foot now, is hers as well. So
yeah,
should she get behind it and Hailey decides to play the run back, if she ever, jams it or noses it, then it's at least still her stone. So Schwaller, that is. Down 1. It's a good opportunity here to maybe pick up an easy steal. Make 2 good shots.
Yeah, she'll be trying to bury this.
Yeah.
She's a lefty as well.
This looks pretty good if they get it by.
Yeah, it's all about the weight here. Line looks really good. Very nice.
Yeah, very good shot. Definitely a 5 out of 5 on that one. So Hailey Armstrong now going to try to open this up. She's probably going to take the ride, run this over the top, a little bit of the blue, and maybe make both blues. Definitely possible. Job 1, though, is to make sure you get rid of what's in front of that back rock. She'll only get one of them. Almost rolled that on. That would have been interesting if it had made it on. It would have been,
For sure.
yeah, it would have maybe forced Schwaller to make a play on it. Maybe not, but it is possible it might have. So she'll go right around here, throw the same shot she just threw,
Yeah.
and basically line up two of them behind that red guard and be in pretty good shape. Already in pretty good shape. She'll be in great shape if she can make this perfect. Just through this, so she should be close. Don't want to be heavy. That's the one thing you definitely don't want to be here. Starting to move over there pretty good now.
I think they made a decision that they were going to try and take it by, but they obviously
might have
were
been the
a little
wrong
late on that decision.
Yeah. So Armstrong now actually with a chance of playing the double and roll out to blank, actually. And she'd probably be okay if it hits and takes stage, makes a double, and gets one. She probably wouldn't be upset with that either. Given that a minute ago she was looking at maybe a steal of one or two. It's a little miss, but it's a big miss, that shot. Because anything short would have made this shot really hard.
Yeah.
No turn
Think
hit.
a half a rock does it?
Yeah, half rock does it, yeah. We got to get half a rock, though. She's not going to maybe get anything. Well, she will get rid of one, maybe. And she won't. So, big turnaround there. An opportunity for Hailey Armstrong to get out of that hand. And it just floated a little bit on her, I think. And she ends up giving up a steal or two. So, Zoe Schwaller will take a 3-2 lead to the fourth. And we'll talk a little more about that when we come back.
Swiss Chalet's festive special is back. Canada's favorite rotisserie chicken, cranberry sauce, stuffing, Lindor chocolates, and a scratch and win card where everyone's a winner. It's a tradition truly worth sharing. The festive special, only at Swiss Chalet.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
Could turn out to be wrong. Oops. Dropped my phone there. So, that was a interesting development there in that end, Terry. That was a shot we didn't expect to have happen, Hailey's last one.
That's right. I mean, we thought that once Schwaller threw her last one, it looked like, 3/4 of the way down, they thought maybe they wanted to go and get it by the shot rock, and it was a decision that was a little bit too late, gave Hailey Armstrong a significant out and an opportunity to blank, and she just seemed to. She either threw that more with more weight than she intended, or she just floated it a bit, and it just got a piece of the top stone, but not enough to push the second stone out of the ring. So a big steal of 2.
Yeah, unlucky on that second stone because she had a lot of weight on that shot. You would have thought that would have been enough to have that one slide out, but like we said before, sometimes they're just it's a little bit, maybe a little bit dead, um, but anyway,
It did seem to just like grind to a halt, though.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I kind of thought that was going to, get out, but it just
yeah.
seemed to grind. Now they might have touched the rocks up too prior to
Oh,
this
sure.
event.
And it was out in a piece of ice that had been really certainly
Yep.
not been played on yet, so not unexpected that it would be maybe digging in a little bit out there. But regardless, she didn't really need to throw quite that hard, to be honest. But she was trying to not only she was trying to make the double, she's trying to make the double and blank, and just overthrew, or like you say, just helped it out a little bit. But anyway, she's only down 1 here, playing the 4th end, so.
Yep.
Something you got to forget how you get there and just say, well, we're okay. We're in the right spot. We're down 1 playing 4. We got hammer. It's not really that bad a situation. Don't dwell too much about how you got to the deficit.
You can waste a lot of time thinking about something that's not going to change.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the setup right there, though, Terry, would be a good picture for trying to demonstrate to teams how it can look at the end of 4 shots. That's 4 pretty much perfect shots.
True. This is hanging out there. Need to try and drag this as far as they can.
Yeah, they need to get a little bit of that top one covered.
No.
I don't know if they're just throwing some of those shots wide of the room. I have to believe they are, because the Schwaller teams had 3 or 4 shots that they're just that they just were outside, and they just never ever came back close to where they wanted them to be. So I'm just going to assume that they're throwing them a little bit on the wide side, which sometimes you get away with that on ice that has lots of curl, but there's limits to how that happens. You could throw it a few inches outside and kind of get it back, but probably the run back here, I would imagine, will be the call.
Yeah, it is.
And she's close, real close.
Yeah, real close is right.
Very nicely done.
And her shooter rolled in a good spot, I think, for her as well. I mean, tappable.
Yeah, I agree. You'll see it here. It rolls. Yeah, I think into a great spot.
That thing was humming too.
yeah, it was not light. Good shot of second stone, Evelyn Roberts. In the double here. It's
good
interesting.
Throw.
Yeah, good throw. Yeah, I thought there might be a way they could do the little, tick and roll in the house thing, but I don't know that you hit the right rock first to do that. So
I don't think you did. Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, it was a must to clear it out, and they did open things up a little bit. Armstrong going to go around the guard.
Yeah.
Oh, did they lose that? No.
Nope.
It'll be wide open.
Yes, it will be.
Don't play that one.
Of just going by the guard, just with a paper thin.
I guess she's playing this one because she feels like she can. It's a little bit easier to roll behind the guard, but I'd be a little bit more inclined probably to play the other one, the high one.
Yeah, I would agree. You can see there's a lot of house to roll too, but I mean, she's played this, and you know what? And she's made it.
Yeah, it's a very nice shot.
Now we saw the Armstrong rock that ended up getting to where she could hit that. I mean, that really curled. I mean, she just got by the guard, but it came out the other side, almost by a rock.
Yeah, it did that.
So I would think Hailey's quite confident that she could play that in turn again if she wanted to. I don't know what the weight call here is for this to remove it, but
no, it looks to me like kind of a solid board weight shot.
Yeah,
something like that. No more than that, I don't think. Nice delivery by Grace Holyoke. Coming up, will it come up enough to stay? I don't think it
so.
will. No. So another little break for the Schwaller team.
Yeah. This thing is going hard too.
It is. I'm pretty sure she'll stay.
She's good. Oh yeah, no, she's gonna stay.
Almost a great roll and a pretty good roll for sure. Yeah, it's interesting. Even the last shot at Armstrong, she probably didn't really even have to play that. Didn't have to play it that heavy, even if she did. Just it's funny because they're pretty aggressive and they start being pretty aggressive, and then somewhere along the way it changes a little bit, and it's kind of.
Yeah, I guess that's the shocking piece about that call is that she's been aggressive. She hasn't been afraid to.
No.
Play those come arounds and the quiet stuff, but
yeah, this one's going to roll out as well. So Zoe Schwaller now, we're on Skips Rocks, has a chance to come right around this guard. I don't know if you can get it somewhere where Hailey won't be able to hit it, but you can try.
Yeah, it just seems like we've had a little bit of a momentum swing here all of a sudden. Hailey's kind of made 2 half shots at the vice position, but yeah, it just seems like we have a little bit of a momentum change after that third end.
Yeah, you might be right. Just it's weird how and why that happens sometimes, but it does. Zoe Schwaller now, try to come right around this. Probably for the sake of not being able to hit it, probably would like to be full 8 foot. I don't even know if you really want to go to the 4 foot on this because I think it makes it that much easier to get to for Armstrong. But for now, I think they'll just take it to wherever they can get it to. So a little bit late.
Got a piece of the 4.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, I didn't think it was going that far. It's a pretty good shot. Can see only about half of it, I think. Maybe a little more than half from the right-handed player's hack, but
just for Hailey, I mean, she's got to kind of bear down, focus, try and make a good shot here, and not let this end get away from her.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If you can make a good shot here, hit this and roll 4 feet or so to the left and in the wide open spaces, and she should end up with just an open hit to blank. you might be able to make this inside roll if you're really brave enough to go tight to the guard.
Yeah, I'm not brave enough.
I don't really see it.
Trying to help it over.
Yeah, I think you're fine. I don't think it's going to ever get. Yeah. The reality there, probably, unless you were trying to roll it under the guard, you probably needed to sweep that to keep it straight more than make it curl. Would you like to roll? I think you would like to roll a little bit further, but still, good shot coming off the last end. She threw a nice control weight shot and threw it well, and block that wasn't wide open, and made a nice solid hit on it.
Now Schwaller trying to play a hit, and she's probably trying to get that roll underneath again.
Yeah, I think good opportunity for that. Looks like maybe a little wide on this. Sweeper's getting on early.
The sweeper seemed to think it was down a little, so.
Whatever it was, she got a nose hit, so.
Yep.
So Hailey Armstrong now will attempt to blank. Fourth end is not one of the ends that you necessarily try to set out to blank, but you don't want to take one no matter what end it is right now, so she will try to blank this.
Yeah, we were having a discussion there in an earlier broadcast where I was telling Sean that I played for a coach who it was the first end, and the coach and I didn't see eye to eye on a few things, but the big thing we didn't see eye to eye on was the blanking of an end. I don't know how many times in the first end we tried to blank and we were successful, and we got reamed for blanking. His philosophy was, you score one, you psychologically you have an advantage. It was just, we don't agree.
So Hailey Armstrong throws a really nice shot there, nice upweight takeout, makes the hit, makes the roll out, and she will retain hammer going into the fifth end after we have a short break.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Band has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Hey Canada, head on down to Montana's and get the best of both worlds. Enjoy our 7-ounce sirloin aged for 50 days, flame grilled and served with your choice of 2 sides and onion rings. Just $25.99 every day. Plus, for a limited time, add a Canadian lobster tail to surf your turf. Only $10 more. Dive into this or our lobster spinach dip, lobster mac and cheese, and more. Only for a limited time. Come for the barbecue, stay for the flavor. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
Yeah.
So a shorter break than we do have sometimes in the fourth end. Teams are anxious to get at it and get this one in and look forward to tomorrow. But for now, we have 4 ends to go and a nice close game. Terry, 3-2 Schwaller lead with Armstrong having hammer.
Exactly. After that blank of the fourth end, and we were just talking about blank ends, and I was telling you a little story, but I mean, I don't think, Hailey was taking into consideration at all about, whether it was an odd or even, and it was, I want the hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Schwaller puts the rock in the top of the button, the corner guard goes up, and she throws a pretty darn good draw, a pretty good guard. Just slid a little too far and is available for Hailey to hit. It's only about a 6-inch miss, but it's a big 6-inch miss.
Yeah, being able to kind of roll this underneath the corner guard's a big thing.
Yeah. Hailey Armstrong lead Alice Holyoke. Doesn't look like a lot of weight on this shot. I might have missed a call. Maybe she was... I'm just not sure for sure exactly what she was playing there, but I thought she was playing the hit. That may also tie in. It is possible, not to make too much out of it, but it might tie into whatever Alice has going on that's stopping her from sweeping too. Because if that would have it was very, very light. So the intern hit now for Schwaller. And she'll get that. Would like to get a little roll towards the center, but that can work. Interesting, just watching the footwork of the sweepers there. You do see some different types of footwork in sweeping these days. That's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So Hailey figures she better move something here. Trying to make a double.
Yeah, one of the sweepers, I think it's from Terrazoni's team. She has some pretty wicked movements.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell she's giving it her all.
Yeah.
To get a little roll here.
So she wasn't playing the double afterwards. She was actually playing the hit and roll. Yeah. Very nice shot. A good call too, but a very nice shot. Let's see it again here. It's just nice control of the shot.
Yeah, I love the weight selection.
Yeah, that's what really makes it work. As long as you both know what weight it is, it's a much better way to throw the shot than just throwing a high hard one down there. You expect to make a little roll. So a little bit of a run back here for Schwaller. She's close.
Yeah, she's very close.
Nicely done.
So close that she not only made it, she stayed in the rings.
You'll see it again. I guess in a perfect world, it would have curled just another half an inch and kept the little one behind it, but
you know, it wasn't overthrown.
No.
And again, when you're hitting a rock, trying to drive it back into the house to make contact with another rock, I think it's so common to overthrow those.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So Armstrong looking to play, I believe, the come around here, or maybe it's a freeze to the back one.
Was definitely to the call was definitely to come down to that.
Gonna curl past that, but with a little rub. Yeah, got probably a quarter buried, but sort of in between the two good shots there. The freeze was a really good shot, and the come around was a really good shot, and you kind of threw 20% of each. But again, though, a nice aggressive call by Hailey Armstrong, and that's why sometimes it just seems a little funny when she wavers away from that a little bit, but This looks really good.
Yep.
And probably a nice little roll as well. Smaller
Mm-hmm.
team playing very well here.
Yeah, you would think that both teams are, in terms of caliber, are probably close to, that tier 2 level.
Yeah. Hailey's still trying to figure it okay. She's still thinking about getting 2 here, so she's looking at playing a little tap instead of playing a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like this, Terry?
I was just trying to think of what would be the alternatives.
Yeah.
I guess because it's open, that I might, if I was gonna, be really aggressive, I might try and go around the corner, or not the corner guard, but the one. And then I thought, well, I guess why would you go around that? They run it and knows it. I mean, you're in no better situation.
Yeah, I think I like playing a hit on that one and maybe trying to get a roll from it. But
if this doesn't bounce, though, it's gonna make it tough for Zoe to remove it.
yeah, it's a super good shot. I mean, it's only got about 4 inches difference there, so going to be hard. You're right. Going to be hard to remove it and not get rid of some of yours. Now, the nice thing is that she can probably, as long as she makes sure she hits it thin enough, she will lose maybe the shooter, and she might even lose the rock at the back, but she'll still be sitting 2 when it's all done.
Yeah, and if you're Hailey, I think you just go, you know what? At the end of the day here, if she does the shot that you just called, that rock will still be behind the tee line that's left. But this is going to stick. The shooter's going to squirt right out. Oh no, it's just going to hang on there on the side there.
That's a super nice shot as well. I actually didn't think she could sit 3, but she's sitting 3. I mean, 2 of them are not really anywhere near the center of the sheet, but still, good shot. That was a nice freeze attempt by Armstrong, and a really nice shot there by the Schwaller team. Had a lot of weight on that shot, threw the big weight nicely. Hailey staying with it. Admire the perseverance here. When the skip's got to have confidence in the team members that they're not going to drop this one out and to be a guard or something. And I think it's going to be really nice. Very nice throw. So yeah, Hailey went out. Not just for those of you out there that wonder if you should be doing that. The answer is probably no. Most of the time, the skip's not usually going to make a heck of a lot of difference. And plus, somebody's got to be calling the line on that shot.
Yeah, that's the only, I guess, thing I would mention is that, the skip is supposed to be calling line, and, you're not going to be that much of a help. I know you're kind of trying to give the sweepers a break, maybe, if they've, swept it end to end, or if you're a skip and you're cold, you might want to sweep a little, but yeah, you're better off, letting the sweepers do their job and you do yours.
Yeah. So Schwaller's going to try to blast this out of there. See
and that's a real good blast.
That is a great shot. It seems like all I'm saying is great shot by the Schwaller team right now, but that is a great shot. I didn't think you could ever get that one to go far enough. Can I have another quick look at it?
Yeah, because we've been talking about the rocks aren't that lively.
No, exactly, yeah. And she hit this one. She just had enough weight. She hit a half a stone. And it went easily.
Yeah, it really did go easily.
But the good news for Hailey Armstrong is she's got a couple guards to work with. So 2 is still in play. Schwaller's team makes those last couple shots look easy. They weren't that easy.
Yeah. Sure did. Hailey with an in-turn draw, trying to get around that guard just off the center line. I got 14-5. This should be pretty close.
Just need to get a little tiny bit more curl. Nice shot by Hailey Armstrong. Did leave a little bit open.
Yeah.
But a pretty good effort. So no gimme here. You got to make sure you're going to come by and hit enough of that you don't just slide it over on your own. So Schwaller taking a little extra ice. It's been interesting as the game's moved along. I wondered the first couple ends. It just seemed like some shots that seemed to be fairly basic were taking a long time to call, and as the game's got a little tiny bit more complicated here, Zoe Schwaller has called shots like really nice pace to the game.
Yeah. I didn't see the weight call, but certainly this is not an easy shot. We're working it really hard. This is well done, well swept.
Yeah, that's a perfect shot, perfect weight. Everything about it was perfect, really. Super nice shot. Wasn't easy again, like we say. She's in the left-hand hack too, so that shot for her was, she's going to see less of the rock there than you or I would see on that shot, and I couldn't see a whole lot of it from here. So nice shot, Hailey Armstrong now throwing against 4. It's just an open hit, but sometimes it doesn't matter. 4 is 4. It's still
You got that right.
be a scary shot at times, but I'm sure she won't have too much trouble with it. I think it looked pretty good out of her hand. You can certainly make it work if you need to.
Yeah, nice controlled weight here. Real good.
Really. You're right. Anything from about hack to a little overboard sort of runs the same way down there. It's nice. So Hailey Armstrong ties this one up at 3 after 5 ends of play. And Zoe Schwaller will have hammer as we go to the 6th end here at the Swiss Chalet Women's Curling Stadium Spiel at the Granite Curling Club in North Bay, Ontario.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. Okay, well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Welcome back to what could be the last two ends of the round robin competition here. Jim Nix with Terry Corbin. Bringing you this one. It's been a nice close game, Terry.
It has, and with the exception of really that third end and Hailey's too, it has been very well curled. Some excellent shot making. They're two fairly young teams. Well, Schwaller's being the younger of the two, but this is kind of what you're looking at for in terms of curlers to take over from the top curling female teams in the province.
Yeah, for sure.
And other countries, I guess.
Yeah. Teams are just so good so early nowadays. It's scary sometimes. Sometimes I don't know that they know what's going on, but they just go and they throw it and they make it. It's like a simple game. I mentioned earlier that we didn't have a lot on the Switzerland team, and other than playing at the juniors in Ottawa last week and losing there in the semis, and it doesn't look like Hailey Armstrong's team has played a whole lot this year. It looks like I got her down as playing about 4 events, going 2-2 in Kitchener earlier in the year. She played the Stu Sal's in Toronto. She played the Stroud Sleeman Spiel, where she did finish 5th in that with a record of 3-1. Lost a quarterfinal game there and this event, and that's about it. So they haven't gone hard compared to some teams. As Team Schwaller removes that one. Oh, I guess we're the 6th then. I was an end ahead of myself, Terry. I thought we only had 2 left. We did have 3 left, so.
Well, you gotta put the water aside there, Jimmer.
I'm telling you, yeah. Well, it seems like every second game we do these days, it's like the clock is about to turn to the next day. So it sort of, I was just trying to prevent that from happening this time, maybe. So, but we're probably not going to happen.
I think you're safe.
Yeah. So good looking shot coming here for Team Armstrong. If it's got enough weight, Hailey's coming out to help. I don't really have a problem with that one in this case because it's going to need some help. And you can see the one sweeper just can't. I don't know what it is what's hurting, but obviously she just can't go. Something in there, in the arm or in a joint or whatever that's not letting her sweep, which is probably as hard on her as it is on the rest of the team. Especially if you're a front end player that's used to sweeping a lot, you just kind of just to go up and down the sheet and talk your way up and down the sheet is going to be a bit frustrating. Schwaller's team at the point that they can play the peel, I think. What do we got here? 1, 2. Got 3 reds, so there has to be a couple blues there. So she should be able to peel that top one if she like. If our little dots are right. And I'm sure they are.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
I think I'd be tempted to get rid of that guard myself. You open your own up, but
yeah.
Timeout being called by Team Schwaller. It's a kind of a tough timeout. Like you're only 4 rocks are throwing to the end. It's you only get a couple of these timeouts in a game, and you're kind of hoping the team sorts this one out before they call the timeout. I would be anyway. It'd be like, come on, you guys, like we don't need a timeout for this shot. Because really, to be honest, even if they make the wrong call here, even if they decide, okay, I'm not going to peel the top one, and not that that's necessarily wrong, you got so many rocks to kind of fix that up, and things are going to change 4 or 5 times before you get much further. So, what are you thinking, Terry? What would you do here? Were you going to get rid of the guard, or are you going to go around?
Well, I mean, Schwaller's got the hammer, and I guess I'd like to, I'd like to open this up. This is the 6th, and I would like to, play the end, moving forward with as few rocks as possible up front.
Yeah. Yeah.
I probably overemphasize it, but I always preached when I was coaching too, like, the sixth end. I mean, if you can score in six in a tight game, I really like our odds. So this would be no different. You're in a close game. I guess theoretically, you've got two hammers to their one. Make use of this hammer.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I could see possibly coming around sitting corner on the red one,
Mm-hmm.
but one thing I want to do here, same as you, is I really want to get two, but I definitely want to score. What I don't want to
Yeah.
have happen here is to have a steal against me. So I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm going to have a really hard time scoring. So they've settled on the draw, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Second stone, Aniko Seiki. Needs to curl a lot.
Mm-hmm.
About here where it does move. I don't know if it's going to get over far enough, but
Left yourself open to a double now.
yeah.
And you don't even really need to make the double. I mean,
No, you're right. You don't have to make it right now. So Evelyn Robert for Team Armstrong here. Trying to make a hit. Hit and stay somewhere here, even if it just hits, and she sort of indicated maybe even hit and flop in behind the guard a little bit more. That's what it's going to do, even if it's not what they wanted to do. So
she's going to get a little one, yeah.
good shot. Does open up the double for Schwaller if she wants it, though.
Yeah, I think you got to play. I mean, you're in a tied game, and you have the hammer. The last thing I think you want is having Hailey control above the tee line.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you got to move these. It's right now your rock is reasonably safe in there, but it wouldn't take much for that to change, and you could be forced with a really difficult opportunity to score later. So, play the
And this
double,
is,
roll off a little bit, or stay right there. You can almost stay right there, not quite right there, but really close.
but this is one of those ones where if you can hit, it's not going to hit enough of it, but
No, she might not hit
you
any of
could
it
have
yet.
could have
Yeah.
stayed with the shooter.
Yeah, could have for sure. Yeah. I definitely think that's what you want to do too, because if you do that, you have Armstrong in an awkward position because she doesn't really want to have to chase you around the rings, and um, but she doesn't want to give up more than one. So she might have been forced to play a hit that she didn't want to play.
Mm-hmm. Armstrong's going to try and come around there.
Not sure if she's just drawing to it or trying to move it a little bit, but I think it's
Well,
going to.
she's not going to move it very far if she moves it, but
No.
I mean, again, I don't think you mind as long as you do move it.
Oh, it's going to be a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. I didn't think it was going to get by at first, but
yeah,
it did. So you come in here, and when you get close, and you look at it, it literally looks like it's going to touch that front one, but great sweeping job. Just sneaks it by.
Yeah, and I mean, not to belabor the point, but I mean, when you think back to that timeout, um, you know, you're in this, I guess, predicament, you know, because because you didn't run that front, and now she's gonna just try and lob a guard on there, and you really are chasing. But I mean, I think by playing the shot that she did, she's allowed this kind of chase to happen.
Yeah, and those reds don't line up quite as nicely now for the double as they did a couple minutes ago either. It looks like you're probably losing your blue if you try to make that double.
Yeah, I think if you can just barely stay on the side of the center, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's, I think, real good.
And you know, here we are, whatever it is, 3 shots later, and she's removing the guard.
Yeah.
I guess I noticed that, you know, Jana Solterman, she really, you know, just gets outside of the line of delivery, and pushes it back to the broom.
Yeah.
And when I talk about line of delivery, I'm talking about, you know, if you drew an imaginary line from the middle of the rock to the broom, she's just sliding a little bit wide of that line. Now another opportunity to throw a guard.
So I think you just call that would be just called a delivery adjustment, Terry. That'd be what that would be at the when she gets out close to having to let it go, she has to do a delivery adjustment back to the broom. So she just has to do it most of the time. That's all.
Yeah.
So Schwaller's gonna have to chase a little bit here. It's gonna be tough for her to get her deuce here at this point.
Is another good guard.
Yeah, it might be tough to score here. Be interesting to see here. She's gonna go in now.
And you know, it's funny, you know, you talk about, you know, a shot of 3-4 rocks in and you call a timeout, and you know, she did not hesitate. It was like, here's the broom and I'll see you later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. This is her out turn. Left-hander's out turn. Looks like the person in the house just indicated she might have been a little outside, but looks pretty close. Looks really close. If the weight's good, she's could be really good with this shot. I don't think it's going to get by, is it? Not quite. Nice try, but unfortunately it leaves a situation that would be interesting to see what they try to play here. Should have right on the nose, I guess. Could hit it just a little bit inside and bump that red one like what she just said. Or you could play the double and force Schwaller to draw against 2, or probably 3 if you stay. I don't know if you can stay or not, but where the circles seem to be a little dead outside, they might be able to stay and sit 3 and force her to draw. But I think a nose hit would be pretty good, Terry.
Oh, 100% I do too. And then let her see if she wants to, you know, play a miracle shot.
Yeah.
I think you knows that. I mean, you make her draw really tough, and you know, also with the opportunity to, you know, she doesn't make it if it over curls or whatnot, she could potentially bump the rock into second shot. So I think if you could get a nose hit, this would be ideal. Curling, it's got a curl. Good weight selection though. She didn't overthrow that again, and she got the result I think she really wanted. You taking this on, you might give up too.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting to.
No, you're definitely not getting to. I mean, it's a tough one.
I'll say. And given that you just played the draw, I mean, you wonder why she doesn't maybe at least consider doing the same shot again.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing about it, she's, like we said in the last shot, she made her mind up pretty quick.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of extra thought going into this. But you got to be a little, like you say, you got to be a little careful. You could almost throw this one away rather than if you didn't want to draw or didn't think you could make a draw. You could say, well, I'm going to give you one. I just would really be feeling bad if I gave her two here.
Yes.
Zoe Schwaller, out-turn hit. Double takeout attempt. This one's got to curl a mile.
Yeah,
better off
she's
just
got
not
nothing.
hitting that. Yeah. Yeah, she didn't need to be that heavy, but anyway, so Hailey Armstrong does manage to steal one here in the seventh end. Schwaller will have the hammer coming into the, where are we going here, Terry?
Seventh end.
Seventh end. Down one. And we will take a short break and be back with you just in a second.
Hey Canada, there's something smoking new at Montana's. Beef brisket is now seasoned and then slow smoked in-house for 12 hours every day. Try it in our new Austin cheesesteak sandwich and other barbecue favorites. Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Spiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So we're back, and I finally got my head straight as to how many ends we're playing. We got 2 to go. Should be an interesting finish for sure. We're really excited to have been able to bring you all of the round robin action here in the Swiss Chalet Women's Curling Stadium. Spiel, the Granite Curling Club in North Bay. And we would encourage you to like and subscribe to our YouTube site. It helps us out a lot. Keeps you informed as well, and you won't miss any of the action for pretty well the entire year. So big steal there for Armstrong, though, Terry.
Sorry, what, Jim?
I said it was a big steal for Armstrong there in the sixth end.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I mean, that timeout was called. I would have thought that in terms of the discussion on that timeout, there would have been a little discussion about, what are we looking to accomplish and all that stuff, and how we're going to go about setting the end up. Or not setting the end up, I guess. And so they elected to play the draw and leave the guard, and then you see her, running the guard, and I just didn't understand that last shot at all. it was thrown with a ton of weight. It had, some risk to it for sure. The outcome at best was going to be one blue for Schwaller, and I think we talked about it. Well, we did talk about it. Just my thoughts on the sixth end, and I just, yeah, I probably would have thrown the draw trying to score my one with the last one.
Yeah, certainly a no risk option. You do that too. So a little rub of the guard here on the attempt to come around by lead Ladina Ramstein. It was almost perfect. Just rub the guard. As they say, rub the backside of the guard. I don't know if that's really true, but that's what it looks like sometimes. And it ended up smack dab in the middle of the hole for Armstrong, who will now attempt to remove that stone with her second stone, Evelyn Roberts. I think Schwaller would love to blank this end. Just doesn't want to have to take one.
Got a curl. Oh, she gets just a little rub.
Yeah, certainly fortunate. It also moved the other two back in a position where they're hard to double off. So,
yeah.
Schwaller going to play. This is an interesting call. She is going to play the hit and roll behind the corner. So she's thinking about getting a couple because she'll only be probably number 3 when she makes this shot. For now, but it's early.
Or do you think she's, kind of made a decision, I'm just going to get rid of rocks and see if I can't, get in a scenario where I can blank this?
Yeah. Not sure.
Yeah, that's where, having an ear to some of the conversation out on the ice would be really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And these guys are sometimes we can kind of tell by a lot of the skips motions. These guys obviously talk more than they do necessarily indicate. Yeah, Hailey's indicating a lot there, but sometimes we can tell pretty easy. But this game's been tough to figure out what they're playing. Sometimes it just seems they crouch down and call the shot, and it's like, well, I don't really know what they're playing.
Yeah.
Right now, they're discussing every shot possible.
Hailey's telling the front end, like, oh, we're sitting 1-2.
Appeal the corner. I assume she's going to try to make both of them. I really think you want to force Schwaller into one here, and I feel a little bit like you might be letting her off the hook a little bit with this shot, even though it is a corner guard.
Guess it depends. Is she trying to go over on the low side and roll into the middle?
Maybe.
If she did anyway, that was well executed.
Yeah. 4 out of 4 on that one, or 5 out of 5, or whatever the scoring system is these days. I think it makes way more sense to hit the one that's open. Just leave yours where it is. It's not a bad spot for your stone on the other side.
And again, I mean, you don't have to be shot rock after this has been finished. I'm with you. I'd leave that one alone.
So finally settled here for second stone, Aniko Seiki.
Well, that's what you told me anyway.
Yeah. Trying to get this to curl a little.
Yeah, they curled it a little. But it remains wide open.
Yeah. Well, with 4 to come. Third stone. Grace Hollyoak. So on the outturn hit. But we like to stay right there. There's not a lot of room to go anywhere.
No. Oh, you don't want to lose it. Okay, she's good. Now do you move that blue one? Or do you continue on your path of destruction here?
Well, I don't really like the way the reds sit right now. I'd love to be able to take those 2 reds off the top, but I'm afraid I'm going to maybe lose my blue
Yeah, you
rock in
can't
there.
lose that blue rock.
Yeah. You could also play, you don't have to necessarily run the blue one. You could also play a tap on the blue if you liked and try to
Yeah,
move
no,
it.
that's what I
Instead.
was
Yeah.
looking at. Yeah, the
They'll stay there.
tapping the blue.
See, what you definitely don't want to do here would be to try an actual hit on the blue and hit it on the high side maybe and drive it through the port and you roll out and leave Hailey with a chance to throw another guard there and put you in a heap of trouble.
Well, the problem with even tapping this, is you do have to hit it, high side. You're gonna probably leave the hole there. You're also leaving a run back, and your shooter is not going to be in a great situation to use again. So this comes with a little bit more risk than I think that she realizes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's not just tapping this by the looks of that ice.
No, she's playing some form of hit, whether it be hack or board weight or something. But
this is taken off right away.
Yeah, it's going really hard. Play for the
Wick,
thin wick.
Oh no! I'd almost like to see that release just to see if she kind of hooked it a bit, maybe.
Yeah, it certainly appears she did something funny with that one on the.
Yeah, because that, like, as soon as we got the view of the line of the rock, it had already kind of missed the shot that they called.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm Hailey, I mean, again, what would I like to accomplish here? Am I interested in going hard on a steal, and if I give up 2, I'm down 1 coming home with, or am I content just to get rid of that blue and turn the house over to Armstrong and let her try and make that come around, or I mean Schwaller.
Yeah.
Do I let her make that come around, or?
I don't know. To me, this is just getting a little too complicated. I'm just coming around that one. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that blue stone just because if I remove the blue stone, I'm probably giving Schwaller the chance to blank the end. Although I guess both those ones are on, so it would be a tough blank. She's settled on a hit. I don't know. Very, very little ice if that's what she's playing.
Yeah, I mean, hitting it high side and rolling out. And, I mean, I think Schwaller has to go around.
Looks like it's going to be a very good shot.
Oh, yeah. No, this is real good yet. And she stays on the rings, too.
Yeah, that was a nice throw. That was not as easy as it looked.
Now I think you just want to make the easiest shot. And I like your words. Don't complicate this.
Yeah. So she settled in hitting the one in the middle, try to roll behind the guard a little bit. And it gives Hailey Armstrong the run back, but probably no matter what you do right now, she's going to have that shot anyway, whether you draw around it or roll around it or whatever. But
well, that's right, and that's why I would say make the simplest shot.
Yeah, she's going to get the roll though.
Not enough.
No.
I just think you're more apt to get it where you want it by throwing the draw.
Yeah. So Armstrong in pretty good shape to, if not steal a point here, force Schwaller to take a single and tie this up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably the bigger plan starting out would be to try to force to one. So the steal presented itself fine, but otherwise be happy to force to one.
They're on this right away.
They are. This is going to be difficult to get this by.
Yeah, I don't think
He's going to be on the guard. Just
Big
a little
break.
underthrown, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought given what weight I thought she was throwing, I thought she needed a little bit more ice, but again, you don't really know what kind of weight she was trying to throw.
I would think they would have to think very hard about this shot. I'm not sure I understand this at all.
Yeah, I'm not. If I'm the coach, I'm probably standing up doing jumping jacks behind the glass.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very difficult one to understand because I think that, I'm trying to put myself in her position. I'm just not sure I get it. I'm thinking I'm going to try to get two here and not blank. So if I'm trying to get, if I'm going to blank it, then fine. I guess you hit this high side and roll out. But I just don't really understand that. I think you got to take your two if two presents itself, and it certainly does.
Yeah, I mean, and you got the whole house really to work with. Yep. Oh,
she's not going to hit it anyways.
Wow. Yeah, I'm befuddled, as they would say, at the shot selection.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised on that one that somebody didn't sort of on the team just say, like why are we playing that? And if we're going to play that, for whatever reason we're going to play it, like why don't we just play the other turn? At least it's going to be easier to stay in the range than having to cross it and everything else. And then she didn't throw it hardly at all. So
yeah,
it's not a good thought out or thrown stone, that one. So
I played with a guy that if I had tried to throw that, he would have laid down in front of the hack and go, "What are you doing, Corbin?"
Yeah. Hailey Armstrong now with a chance to force to one, and I'll tell you what, this one's curling pretty hard. I think it's going to be okay though.
Yeah.
Right on the nose. So now you're forced to one. So what Schwaller had in her mind there would be interesting to talk to her. I mean, they're a young team and aren't going to make everything. They're not going to call everything right a lot of times, but I just like to understand the process, I guess, and what we're thinking on that. Because even playing that shot, Terry, like you're going to roll close in the proximity of the
that's right.
So you may set up a double. Why not just draw the open side somewhere and say, okay, there it is, and you're not going to make a 6-foot double probably on him. So anyway, that one's over. So
that's right. Park it.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to blank this. Actually, she won't. She won't try to take a point here. Well, maybe she will. She's not throwing the weight to blanket. Or maybe she can't blanket. Sorry, there's another. There's 2 rocks on there. Rings there. I didn't.
Yeah, she looks like she's got her one.
Yeah, that was a very nice throw. No question. So after 7 ends, we are tied up as we go to the 8th. Team Armstrong holding the hammer over Team Schwaller. And we will be back in just a minute.
Swiss Chalet's festive special is back. Canada's favorite rotisserie chicken, cranberry sauce, stuffing, Lindor chocolates, and a scratch and win card where everyone's a winner. It's a tradition truly worth sharing. The festive special, only at Swiss Chalet.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
So here we go. 8th and more than likely final end here in their round robin coverage of the Swiss Chalet Women's Curling Stadium Spiel from the Granite Curling Club in North Bay.
Yes, we're coming home.
We are. Been a good couple of days for Curling Stadium, and we're looking forward to the playoff round tomorrow, but we got this one to finish up first. So Schwaller throws the guard up. Armstrong comes around. Schwaller's going to come right around as well.
Hanging out there.
Yeah. I think she might tend to get a little wide on those shots. It seems like a lot of those are they take a little while to come, and I think she must be getting a little bit outside the line there. Not a bad position. Armstrong could hit it, actually.
Yeah, I guess that would be my shot. I mean, yeah, it does come with risk. You don't want to fuel somebody else's offense, but that's a pretty good rock where it sits.
So the outturn draw, basically trying to throw it right on top of the other one that's in there.
Yeah, they're trying to go by it now.
Yeah. Pretty nice pocket there for Schwaller.
Yeah. Would you ever think of throwing another guard on the center line, Jim?
Yeah, I would have think about it for sure. Yeah, I would have thrown it on the last shot.
But we can't go backwards, buddy. Now, come on.
No, it's true.
No, I just think, right now, I mean, that's a really nice pocket, and at the end of the day, you want to be in a situation where you can hide and go around something and
Yeah.
another. You knew Hailey with Last Rock was going to start peeling, so
Yeah, and it's a lonely guard sort of thing. So
yeah. I guess I mean for all intents and purposes, this end, if you think about Team Armstrong, um, this end could be over after this shot, really.
yeah, needs to curl a little bit, I think.
Oh,
interesting.
Talk about unlucky there. Not a good outcome, but
Yeah.
yeah, she just
Yeah.
hits this too thin.
Yeah.
Blue
And
onto
they're
the blue on into the pocket.
yeah, and they kept sweeping that. I didn't really understand that. They need that rock needed to curl up a little bit more to avoid that happening. But
Yeah.
so Schwaller just by gosh or by golly or whatever ends up in a great situation here.
Yeah.
And really, she got a break at the shot before because I really think Hailey should have probably played that blue one that was in the house because she was leaving that not on
Yeah.
this shot but the shot before. She
Yeah.
left that, which was already a problem rock. Not much to
Yeah.
look at here. You're going to peel this.
Yeah, we got to thank Connor for our replays. They've been very helpful, and also giving our viewers an opportunity to revisit a pretty good shot or a shot that didn't have the greatest outcome, but it did for one team.
Yeah, yeah.
So she is playing to run the guard off, is she not?
Like running back into the pile?
No, like she's just peeling it. Is she not?
Yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, took a long time to get to it, but I think it's
that gal was just. I think she was going to walk down the middle of the ice.
Yeah. So there it goes.
Yeah.
So job done.
Yeah, because there's some space, although it's not. So I guess you can't. I was thinking if this was your last rock and your Hailey Armstrong, could you have nosed that and been shot? Given that there was some space between the red and the blue, but you can't. So
Yeah.
Hailey's going to have to look to try and rearrange some of the furniture here.
Yeah, I could see that happening in a shot or two.
Like maybe now?
Now, well, she's suggesting now, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the good thing for Hailey here is it's a little offline. So for her to make this now, she can try to make it and still have the shooter not. If she doesn't make it, the shooter won't be stuck there right in your way.
Might be tempted to play the intern on this.
Okay.
Because I think you can hit the middle one of the three and still get a good outcome.
Yeah.
Would release the red. The blue probably shoots across, and your shooter's gone.
Well, see what happens.
She's decided to play the out turn. They're gonna have to go on this, I think.
There's Stone Grace Hollyoak.
Whoa,
in the
whoa!
neighborhood.
Yeah, that's much better. That's better than it was.
Yeah. That's about the best you were going to get out of that if you weren't going to play the straight peel and the peel was going to have two shots for success anyways.
Yeah, I just think if they don't sweep this, it curls a little bit more, and you hit the middle one first. Yeah, you probably come up with the same outcome.
Yeah, I think pretty close. Schwaller now just trying to think about what she should do. Looking at a high guard. That's what they've settled on. Keep that out there for a little bit, because otherwise it's just going to overcurl and not do a whole lot.
Yeah, well, and like I say, so she points it back into the broom. So hers, I think, just curl a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
Did they get it over? I don't think so. No.
Yeah, it's not a good shot.
No.
Yeah, and I think you're right, and I think that they eat with that added fact. It's she probably needed more ice as well. I know she was well light, but
yeah,
you couldn't afford to overcurl on that one. I don't think.
Now, if you're Armstrong, are you looking at just peeling, or are you looking at running it in?
I think I'm going to take a crack at running it in.
Me too. Me too. I mean, anything that's a catcher's behind the tee line.
Yeah, it's yeah. Things can always go wrong, but it would be hard for anything to go real wrong here. She's close.
Yeah, she's made it. No, yes, she's made it.
Does need to get it, but, yeah, but you got to get around it.
I was just gonna say, I guess, for all intents and purposes, I mean, she could make it maybe better. That wasn't covering the button, and we'll see when this rock finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guard now covers a piece of the button.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, I mean, we're down to skips rocks, and, Schwaller at least has a chance.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Going into the shot.
Yeah. Schwaller a left-hander, so it's out turn here, out turn, come around. Love to be full 4 foot, maybe even bite the button.
Yeah, I think you'd want to.
Gotta
Make
go.
that run back as long as you can. Ooh, she must have just rubbed it, eh?
Well, I don't know.
She had to.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't think they were that close. I didn't think they were that close to it. So
I didn't
we'll
either.
have a
But,
look here.
thanks to the great services provided. Yeah, she touches it.
Yeah, just touch it. Yeah, I didn't think it was that close going.
Thanks,
the first
Connor.
time.
You're the man.
So Hailey Armstrong now will try to peel this guard and peel it towards the blue stone. And if she makes this, she will leave Schwaller with not much to work with.
No, I mean, I think she'll probably be left with, drawing down to that red rock.
Yeah, freeze to the red. But that's only if she gets both of these.
Yeah.
Be careful not to leave your shooter right on the center line here.
That's the key. Well, she definitely looks like she's going to just go over the top of it.
That was really close to being a perfect shot. It's still good. Did the job. You really had to get rid of the guard. You had to make sure you got rid of the guard and
100%.
Making a double secondary. So
Yeah, I know a lot of skips would say, like, if you've left me the 4 foot, you've left me the win.
Yeah. Some of them are lying, but a lot of them are right.
Hey.
Yeah. So a chance for Schwaller to bury one here and really make it. It would be a short run back, but she has to make it. So, see how she gets along. Not even terrible if it goes behind the tee line here, as long as it's buried and gets a little bit of distance between the two.
Well, and Hailey's been throwing a lot of hits, so playing the draw would. I mean, not that it's going to be a guess, but just she has not thrown a draw in a while, I don't think.
No.
She's going to be shot rock.
Yeah.
Again, without the hammer, I guess, that's about as good as you're going to do.
Yeah, ideally she needed to get a couple more feet. Perfect line. Play to pick this out.
Are you playing this, Jim?
I gotta have another look at it. I doubt I'm playing this. No, I'm probably drawing, to be honest, and because I don't know if I'm going to play that double either. But just because I don't throw it that hard, generally speaking. So, and you're probably drawing anyways, aren't you?
It depends. if I'm feeling it, yeah, I'm definitely drawing.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. You gotta feel like it's not a problem to draw the 4 foot. You need full 4 foot.
I think she's good.
Yeah, I can't see it, but I think you're right. And there it goes now. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
So close. If it touches that red one, it's not so good. But it is a result. Yeah, at the end of the day, Hailey Armstrong made a nice shot here. You'll see it one more time before we go.
Yeah, we'll see how close this actually does come to this. I would never have been playing that shot, but
no.
Didn't miss it by much, eh?
Yeah. If it touches that, she loses. So
that's right. Yeah. But she finishes the round robin at 4-0, and Schwaller finishes at 3-1.
Yeah, a good game tonight. Real good game, real close games. Yeah, some misses. Misses always make it interesting, but both teams play really exceptionally well at times, and both teams will be in the playoffs tomorrow, so more power for them. And whereas we go tonight for Terry Corbin, I'm Jim Nix, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for the Championship Sunday here at the Swiss Chalet Women's Curling Stadium Spiel from the Granite Curling Club in North Bay, Ontario.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
'Tis the season to enjoy Swiss Chalet's festive special. Canada's favorite rotisserie chicken, cranberry sauce, stuffing, Lindor chocolates, and a scratch and win card where everyone's a winner. Your favorite tradition, the festive special. Only $17.99, only at Swiss Chalet.